Hello everyone. So here I am again to teach you on another topic of science for class 5th. I am Salesh Rathore from Sri Vasisht Vidyalaya and today our topic is disease from chapter number 2, that is food and health. Okay. So here as we start, before that let us understand what do you mean by term disease. Disease means what? A condition when our body or any part of it does not functions properly. This condition is known as diseased condition. Okay. We classify disease into two types: communicable disease and non-communicable disease. Communicable disease is also known as infectious disease, whereas non-communicable disease is known as non-infectious disease. Now, what's the difference between communicable and non-communicable? Communicable means what? It is spread from one person to other person. Then such disease is known as communicable disease. Whereas a disease which do not spread from one person to other, then such disease are known as non-communicable disease. In this video, we are going to talk about communicable disease. Okay. So let us understand the definition of communicable disease. Disease that can spread from one person to another person is known as communicable disease, or it is also known as infectious disease. Understood everyone? Now let us know who are the cause of that disease. Yes, here are the germs which are known as microorganisms which are responsible for causing such disease. Here you can see bacteria, virus, protozoans and fungi are some type of germs which can cause disease to us, and these diseases are known as infectious disease. Now who are the spreading of such disease and how it spreads? Let us know. Here you can see that this disease, which we call it as a communicable disease, can spread through infected food and water. Yes, here you can see that food which gets infected by germs due to improper storage, means if food is kept open or water is kept open, and if any germs is entering into our food, then such food is known as infected food or contaminated food. And such contaminated food or water, if it is consumed by a healthy person, then that person will have many disease like diarrhea, typhoid, jaundice or cholera. Okay. Another way how infectious disease can spread is through direct contact. My dear students, if we shake hand with any infected person, or if our body is coming in direct contact with any infected person, then we can have such type of communicable disease. Even if we are using the things which are used by infected person earlier, then also we can have such type of communicable disease. These diseases are ringworm, chickenpox, measles and common cold. Next way is if any infected person is coughing, sneezing or spitting on the ground, then that person is spreading such germs into air. And when any healthy person is breathing such infected air or say contaminated air, then through breathing these germs which is present in air will enter in the body of healthy person, and that person will suffer from disease like common cold, flu, viral fever or measles. Another way how this infectious disease can spread is through insects. Dear students, you know that already when any mosquito bite us, many times we suffer from fever, isn't it? You are aware that malaria is caused due to female Anopheles mosquito. Plague is caused due to rat. Even dengue is also caused due to bite of mosquito only. So insects are also spreading infectious disease, isn't it? And last way through which infectious disease can spread is through cut or say open skin. Actually, germs do not spread through skin. It do not enter into our body through skin, isn't it? But when there is a cut on our body, on our skin, or when there is a wound, then germs can enter through that cut or through that wound into our body and can spread a disease known as tetanus. Okay. So these are the ways how an infectious disease can spread from one person to other person. See here you can see example, a picture is there in which a housefly is sitting on food. Already germs, lots of germs will be there in the legs of that insect, and that germs will be transferred into our food, and this food when will be consumed by any healthy person, then that person will also suffer from disease. Here are the belongings of any person if it is used by infected person, and same materials like clothes, books, towels or utensils. If same materials are used by any healthy person, then that person will also suffer from same disease. Okay. Here you can see a cut on a body. If any open cut is there and if it is not covered, then a disease called tetanus can spread through entering of the bacteria into our body through this cut. Here you can see one chart is there which can explain us how and which uh, germs are responsible for causing such disease. See, bacteria is the one which is causing plague, tuberculosis, meningitis, typhoid and pneumonia. Virus is the one which cause common cold, measles, chickenpox, polio, AIDS and influenza. Protozoans are responsible for causing malaria and dysentery, whereas fungi are responsible for causing ringworm, athlete's foot and food poisoning. So these are the diseases which are caused by particular germs. Okay. Now let us talk about preventing such infectious disease. How we can prevent it? So here are the ways by how we can prevent the disease. First is keeping yourself clean. Now, if we are clean and our surrounding is clean, then we can keep ourselves and our surrounding disease free by keeping germs away. Next is garbage. It should be kept in a closed bin, because if closed bin is there, there will be no spreading of germs through flies. And third is by keeping our house airy and entering of sunlight into our house, because dear students, sunlight can kill many germs, not all the germs but many germs can be killed by sunlight, isn't it? And if our house is airy, then there will be no gathering of germs into our house and our house will remain hygienic. Next is disinfectant and antiseptics should be used in our house for cleaning floors and bathrooms as well as drains. Okay, many liquids are available in market which we have to use for cleaning such floors and bathrooms, so that there will be no germs in our house. Next is preventing breeding of insects. Breeding means reproduction. The number of germs increases because of any particular medium. Mostly insects are breeding in water, so we should not allow gathering of water in our surroundings of our house. Next is infected person and his belongings must be kept away from others, because in a family if any infected person is there and his belonging is used by other person, then other members will also have such type of disease. So this should not happen and we should keep that person and his belongings into separate room. Understood? And last is boiling our drinking water for at least 10 to 15 minutes, so that if any germs are present in water, then germs will get killed, and these killed germs will not be harmful to us, and ultimately we will not have any infectious disease. Understood, my dear students? See here you can see a person is throwing garbage, but garbage is already overloaded. This bin is already overloaded. You can see garbage here and there. This is not a good sign, because that insects will sit on this garbage and again germs will enter in their legs and on their surface body, and it will enter into us by food. Next is a person should always drink boiled water, which is a good sign. Here you can see infected person from a family is kept in a separate room, so that the same disease cannot spread to other person of a family. Okay, next prevention of disease is by applying vaccines. You know what is vaccination? Applying of vaccine in a child body previously only before the disease has been occurred. Why so? Because the body will get familiar to the particular disease causing germs, and when in future that active disease causing germs will enter into body of person, then that person's body will be able to fight against such germs by producing antibodies of that particular disease causing germs. So in this way, vaccination is working in our body by making our body familiar with the antigens, means that disease causing germs. Understood, my dear students? And this is only the reason why vaccines is given in early stages of the life. This was the first person to make vaccine. She was the first person, Edward Jenner. She has invented a vaccine for smallpox. Actually, she was already suffering from cowpox, but she has experimented a vaccine of smallpox on a small child of age 8 years, and successfully she was able to make this vaccine, and through this idea she has helped the world by making vaccine for smallpox. So my dear students, this was all about communicable disease, and in our next topic we will continue with our another topic, that is non-communicable disease. I hope you have learned about disease and communicable disease, and I wish that you people study this again from Extra Marks app. Okay, my dear students? And yes, don't forget that corona is also one type of communicable disease which is spreading through direct contact or through air also. Okay, so be safe, be at your home only, and please study at your home. Thank you everyone.